Hello. Trying to get cozy wozy here. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, how are we going to get this hair together? Who's in the house? We're in the house. Whose house? Mimi's house. Hello, Cece. Hello, Plotter. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Daisy. Hello, Maureen. Let's put some music on. How did you guys enjoy my live last night? Was it? Because here's the thing, I'm not in the business of going online and bashing people and doing that just because. No, I have a motive behind what I say about what happened to me and Maggot and the situation she put me through. And now she's trying to downplay her involvement in the situation, saying it was a year ago. And I'm still talking about stuff that happened a year ago. No, you were a villain recently. And I think it's just important to let people know as much as you can about people before they come across themselves. Even though you have to learn a person from yourself and you might not have the same experience, but 9 times out of 10, it will end badly. Now, today we got a lot to get to. So at the 5-minute mark, I'm going to move it on to Meghan, because I keep hearing about Meghan and Harry's love life. You know, exactly, Plotter. And like I said yesterday before I even came on, Plotter, hello, Maureen. I I prayed about it. I said, Lord, I don't want to be online just rambling. You know, I want to make sense. I want clarity. I want people to understand where I'm taking this, how dangerous this is when people accuse people of accusations that are not true. It's very dangerous. And it hasn't caught up with her yet, but it will. It will catch up with you. It will. And she's in denial about everything. And careful. You can't treat people any old kind of way and expect for everything to be okay. You're not going to be accountable for your consequences. Yeah, you lost in court with me, but you're going to lose a lot more. You really don't have a whole lot going on for yourself. You live at home with your mom. You're 30 something years old. You act like a child. You talk like a child. And you're narcissistic. You think about no one but yourself. That's how you can just so quickly start to accuse people of doing something. It just makes it so easy. It comes easy to her to start blaming people for the egregious things. I find it dangerous. I find it careless. I find her behavior appalling. Hello, Lisa. Lisa, are you at? Yes, girl. Yes. Well, I have to get up, get dressed, take a little bit to school, and then I come back and I decide where do I want to do my live. And here I am. Hello, Melvin. No, I've never been to Mississippi. So, yeah, it's about bringing awareness. It really is. Not calling her names and no, but stating facts, stating factual things because I do believe she's sinister. Anytime you plot and plan to be evil, what does that equate to? Anytime you plan and coordinate and to be evil, it that says a lot. And she's her own worst enemy. She crushes really good relationships, like with you, Plotter, good relationships that could last a lifetime. But she doesn't care about anyone on this app. And she's made that very clear. And there is no exceptions to the rule, Kimmy. Well, okay, let's get to the topic. Enough about it. Okay. I know I was up so late last night. And here we go. Lisa. Good morning, LL. That last night live still have you in bed. Don't look in the Lisa, don't look into the light. Don't look into the light. Caroline, don't look into the light. No. Go away from the light. Do you see the light, Caroline? Favorite. Caroline, do you see the light, honey? Go into the light, Caroline. Mommy, I see the light. Should I go into the light? You told me to tell her not to go into the light. There is peace and serenity in the light. Where is it? Oh, Light. Go into the light, Caroline. Okay, guys, you got to see this. Yeah. I think, well, and then I know I'm flipping. I think what bothers me the most about the accusations that are being hit or thrown at AT2 from Maggot is just as worse as if it was true, meaning to accuse someone of something that you have no knowledge of. And the more knowledge you get, the more idiotic the situation gets. I do have a man love, honey. There's some dark people on YouTube, says Lisa. You got to be careful who you sit with on this app. You do. That's why a lot of times, Lisa, I have been staying in my own little cubbyhole for the most part. It's disgusting. You can't accuse someone of that with zero proof. Zero. That's the thing. Even if you think that they're guilty, you can think all day long. But when you start accusing someone of doing something nefarious, bitch, you better have your facts. You better have you don't know. I think maybe it could be, there could be some there. No, it's like she is slow. It's like she goes around and starts a rumor. hmm This is her doing. This is her mixing up and starting because she doesn't like AT2. Starting rumors. There's some there in something that happened decades ago that didn't happen. But like Plotter says, it's disgusting. You can't accuse someone with zero proof. Exactly. Oh, but then she did it to Judd. Straight up and down, called him out. She knows nothing about this man. And people on the YouTube app have to tell her, be careful of accusing people. I could easily strike up a lie about you and get it going. She doesn't consider the person she's attacking's feelings. And that's with anyone that she's attacked. She doesn't consider how it will affect the other person if I do this, because she doesn't care. Code, if you are young and not even the age of 18, I'm going to need you to get off this app. Exactly. Innocent until proven otherwise is the law. Thank you, Plotter. The rumor just kind of kept and went. It was no real investigation because he was a small creator. So do you think it's should be investigated, Lisa? And oh my God, look who would be the person to investigate it. Maggot. Oh, lock him up. You looking for the light, Marine? Look into the light. Caroline. Here we go.
Run to the light, baby! Just stay away from the light.
Go into the light.
Stay away from the light. The light is dangerous. Don't go near it. Run to the light, Caroline. Run as fast as you can. Don't even look at the light.
Tell her to go to the light. Tell her not to go into the light. Diane, ask about the light.
You said don't go into the light.
Honey, do you see a light? Do not go into the light.
There is peace and serenity in the light. Do you understand me?
What have you got screwed in there? 300 watt bulb?
All right, let's go to my playlist and let's talk about something else other than Magadoo. Okay. I don't know about you, but when I talk about her, my whole vibe changes. Like there's a darkness and it's always negative.
Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of one of Suffix's best ever YouTube channel.
I
Coming in
mean,
your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And before we start, what I will say is this. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen.
what happened
Yes,
to Prince
it is.
Andrew? No, I didn't see that, plotter. And we're keeping an eye out on him. The fashion world is reeling, yet the most controversial couple is missing again, despite mild rumors. Ooh, the Met Gala, of course. We went through that. Apparently, a masked man approached him and started screaming at him, so he was swept away in his car. Oh my God. Let's do the breaking news, guys. Oh my goodness. What is this? Okay, hold on. Andrew. Let's see. I don't see anything at the moment, plotter, but maybe it's just slow getting out. But word on the curb is that plotter said Andrew was being screamed at by a passerby, and they rushed him off into a car where he was swift away and he's safe. Okay. I'm having a bad moment. Is it a. There we go. No, not liking that. Why does he still have protection? Oh, uh-oh. You're not supposed to have protection? Lady L, here's Andrew's threatened. Here we go. Let me go get it. Breaking news, everyone. Okay. Here it is. Ooh. He didn't make it in video. That is crazy. Hold on. The Daily Mail. Don't see it yet. The four powerful women who won't let Meghan fail and their secret plot for her future, meetings and interventions. Oh, the baby. Trouble in Paradise. I don't see it. Oh my God. Let me go back to Plotter. Lisa said he's a pedo, and I'm glad they're messing with him. I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Wow. And if he is in the news, it's a small article. Look at this idiot. Here, let me make my screen bigger. Hanging over the balcony. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I'll leave it up. Rudy Giuliani. Let's see what's going on with him. He's been released from the intensive care unit, but will continue to recover in the hospital. So he's recovering. Good for him. Oh, thank you. Do you get this every day? The Daily Mail? It's got some juicy stuff in there. Okay, let me try this one. Okay, let's see. So far, nothing. It seems to have the same information, though. What happened to Trisha? Only remaining secret, she's shameless, fat forming escort. Okay. Yeah. Andrew is not making it. We'll wait till it hit the airwaves, Plotter. Okay, guys, I'm pulling up. I'm saving this. This is going to be great. Okay. Do you guys believe that Meghan and Harry are having marital issues? I mean, I don't see them having marital issues. The only time I will see them have marital issues if money starts going bad. And according to the Daily Express,
spent on the mortgage on that house because they didn't pay for it outright, spent on gardeners, cooks, chefs, flights, you name it. Where's Harry going to go? Straight back to his father with his begging bowl. So there's no future income. And what they've got is dwindling fast.
William and Kate are both pretty much done with Harry.
It's my understanding that she's furious about what happened after Harry's failed legal action against the British government to get armed security. So he gives his interview, and the people were expecting 5 minutes. They got half an hour.
All but gone since moving to the Yes. How is that even possible?
Well, this has got comes with massive authority. Dan Wakeford is the former editor of People magazine and Us Weekly. Now, this guy, he's one of the big names of US journalism. And the reason why this is such a worrying headline for Harry is because Dan Wakeford is somebody that, if you look at People magazine, it is the in-house newsletter of the Sussexes. It is a propaganda arm of their.
So pretty much they're talking about Harry and Meghan's finances.
Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of one of Suffix's bestest ever YouTube channels. Coming in your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and before we start, what I will say is this. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. It's still Thursday. Yeah. Thank you to those who've watched my daily rant. Should I sit like this? I'm not sure. There's a lot to contemplate, isn't there? There's the Timu Royals visit to Australia, which is really getting on my tits. But anyway, yeah, let's discuss it. So it's...
Meghan Markle's birthday tribute to son Prince Archie is royally sweet. The Duchess of Sussex posting on Instagram.
Okay, I can't play the music, but it was Archie's birthday yesterday. This is the tribute to that, if you guys want to see it. Maureen said he is unworthy. He is not. Yes, he is not worthy. I'm gonna do both of those. They're cute though. I mean, all kids are cute. Maureen said she doesn't believe that Meghan can stand Harry right now. Interesting. Let's see. She showed a picture of Archie. She didn't show his face. It was the baby face. Let's talk about her finances. Then we'll move on into her her love for Harry.
Inside grifty celebrities monetizing everything when they're desperate. Welcome back to episode 2 of Insider, where we will be picking apart Meghan Markle's vow renewal, Harry's financial troubles, Markle's clapback, and is her greed putting Harry's security at risk? Oh yes, there is so much to go over, and I can guarantee you will not hear any commentary like you will on this channel. Okay, so Meghan Markle's greed. This is story number 1 today. Meghan Markle cannot help but want to earn money from head to toe. We recently saw when they went to Australia, she decided, of all places, she would decide to monetize her outfit at the Bondi massacre site. Now, this obviously got huge backlash, as it quite rightly should. But Meghan Markle doesn't care. She is resilient to every single backlash drama she has brought on herself. But here is where the story takes a little turn that could work in our favor. You cannot be asking the taxpayer to pay £5 million minimum per year for Harry's security and for her when you're then waltzing around earning money off your outfits and evidently can afford the security. We are going to get into these reports and I will be sharing lots of insights with you about why I think Meghan Markle is desperate for cash and she is pulling out the ultimate delister move. Okay, so the Mirror have run with the fact that Meghan is putting Harry's security.
So here's a question to the audience. Do you guys think they're having money issues or money problems? And my thought is they're not as of yet, but I don't think they're making a whole lot of money. But that's my take on it.
At risk. It says Meghan Markle's latest money move could harm Prince Harry's security battle. It says he's currently locked in a battle to reinstate his and his family's automatic security in the UK, normally granted to the working members of the royal family. Just before we get into this, let's not forget we had Di Davies, the former head of Royal Protection, on this channel, where he said Harry's security review should take a week. 7 days, but it's 4.5 months in now. There is something going on, and we've seen all the stories, haven't we? Oh, the Home Office say no, and then we see the clapback. Oh, it's nailed on. Let me tell you what this is. This is everyone's panicking because we, the public, are awake. Our eyes are open and we are not paying our taxes and going to work to pay for this absolute tripe. That's what's going on. So they can come up with any PR story they want, but you can know this, insiders. I will be sat here with my microphone at my desk, ready to pick it apart and tell you the truth. Continue. So it says that the AI-driven shopping platform that Markle is working with could jeopardize Prince Harry's security battle. And it goes on to say that you can't be going on fake royal tours, monetizing, and then popping back and asking us to pay for the security. Says the collaboration will see the Duchess, who married Harry in 2018, continue to pocket some of the profits of other garments she will wear on other fake royal tours in other nations, such as the UK. However, Harry is currently locked in a battle to reinstate his and his family's automatic security in the UK, and experts understand Meghan's new link may impact this. I know what my prayer is tonight. Dear God, I know I've been a little bit naughty recently, but please, please, please just block this security and Markle because we can't deal with it in the UK. Continue. So a royal journalist, Stacey Shravian, said, if Harry wins back the right to taxpayer-funded security for him and his family, how will that play out when he and Meghan visit the UK? Will Meghan use those visits, which might be filled with charity engagements, as an opportunity to generate income too? And here we have the problem. So Meghan Markle, I believe, is desperate to get back to close proximity when it comes to the royal family because everything has dried up for her. She has her pots of jam, which haven't made her millions, like she said. She's a cheeky little one, that one, isn't it? Pretending she's earned all that money from a few strawberries. But all that's left for Harry and Meghan is their link to the royal family. So
all they have left is the link to the royal family. First and foremost, they only had, that's the only reason why they are relative, is because they, because Harry's royalty. Happy Thursday, Polo. Polo's in the house. Thank you, Polo, for my super chat. Can we thank Polo? Put some hearts and fans in the chat for Polo for me. Thank you for the support, Polo. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maureen says, I think the money is disappearing fast. Then Harry's hair loss. Ooh. the link just in case. Polo, don't forget to put your link in the description comment section. Thank you so much. What an entrance. Meghan, here's the deal. We only were interested in Meghan because she married a prince. We said, oh my goodness, is she marrying a prince? OMG, an American, and she's mixed. You know, we're like, wow, who's this new chick on the block? And she had it all. We were curious. We wanted to know about Meghan. Everything there was to know about her. Who was the lucky girl that snagged the prince? Come on. Who was the lucky girl that snagged the prince? Thank you, Polo. I appreciate that. Big fat kiss to you. You always support my channel, and I am truly grateful for that. I am. And I'm glad that you're here and you are I appreciate you. Yes, here is his link to Polo's chat. So having a bad hair day. So what do you think? Do you think that well, Maureen says she thinks they're desperate for money, that they're running out, things aren't going as planned. But Lauren just mentioned something, that Meghan is trying to get reconnected back to the royal family. How? How is she trying to reconnect with the royal family? I don't see it. She doesn't go visit. She haven't let those kids, she hasn't let those kids see their relatives. You know, it's been 7 years since they've seen their cousins and their niece and nephews. 7 years. Meghan has pretty much isolated those kids from their family. And Harry doesn't have a backbone. But she failed to realize that the only reason why we were interested in her is because she was connected to the royal family. And now that she's not connected to the royal family anymore, what does she really have?
Markle monetizing her outfits is a huge problem. We've recently seen Catherine, Princess of Wales, be given the authority to give brands that she likes the royal seal of approval, basically the royal stamp of approval. And this is a game changer for the economy and for fashion houses. But Catherine, Princess of Wales, is elegant, classy, loves high street and designer. And I believe she's a real asset to the fashion industry. Meghan Markle is out there at a massacre site trying to earn money. It's absolutely revolting. And so here we see Meghan Markle's greed. absolutely taking over. She cannot bear to not earn money. But let me give you an insider exclusive. This is something you will see D-list celebrities do a lot, the old affiliate link. So Meghan Markle is earning money from, you know, the clothes she's wearing. Who is buying them? I don't know, because I think most people just buy their clothes in supermarkets, or maybe that's to me. And maybe as a treat, we'll go to Marks and Spencer's. What we're not doing is trying to emulate what Meghan is wearing.
I'm not.
First of all, I don't really like her style. I don't know about
I
you.
don't like
I'd
her
much rather look
style.
like Catherine. Secondly, we don't have the money, Meghan, to start parading in.
I don't like her style. I don't think she's fashion forward. I don't think she has a fashion sense for the everyday woman. I really don't. I don't believe that Meghan has it. No, and I think she needs to give up that dream. What hasn't she tried? She has tried to rebrand herself 1,000 times, and it's not working.
Clothes that either, you know, will shrink or dye the wrong color when our husband probably puts them in the, you know, the washing machine. So this is the problem. Meghan thinks we can all dress like her. We all want to dress like her. No, Meghan, we can't afford it, and we wouldn't want to look like you anyway, pop it. But her greed is taking over. You will see celebrities from D-list celebrity reality shows often use affiliate links. And this is just a case of celebrities sitting down and thinking, I want to earn as much money as possible. How can I earn from every single thing? So they want to earn from pap shots, from the clothes they wear to their moisturizer. They look at their entire being, and I can tell you this, it's categorically true because I've sat in meetings with people creating these plans, and they think, I like wearing eyelashes, right, I'll do an eyelash brand and earn from that. I love perfume. Oh, I'll create a perfume. Right, well, I don't have my own fashion line, but what I'll do is I'll do affiliate links on that. Oh, and the vitamins I eat, yes, I'll earn from those. Those pap shots, I'll earn from those. Right, if someone wants me to wear that, they'll pay me an endorsement to wear it once. It's disgusting. And this is all happening because King Charles has given Meghan and Harry enough freedom to be able to behave like this. They broke the Sandringham Agreement. And this behavior is Sarah Ferguson and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor part 2. But I would argue Meghan is actually worse than Sarah in many ways, because something that Sarah Ferguson did have at a time, excuse me, was charm. And Meghan has neither charm nor the business strategy to continue doing this. We are catching her out time and time again, but the mainstream media are letting her get away with this. Don't worry, insiders, we're not. Now let's get down to her clapback. Oh, the Meghan Markle clapback. It's guaranteed, isn't it? Every single time. It's almost like dealing with a toddler that always wants the last word. I can say that. I am currently going through the terrible twos with my youngest daughter, Gigi. And oh my word, she has to have the last word every time. And this is like Meghan. It's like you can't say, look, Poppet, you're in the wrong, okay? But no,
Daisy
Markle
Lee.
has to just come back. I always find you get a guaranteed clap back with Markle every single time because she does not hold the kind of emotional intelligence to say, do you know what? I'm really sorry. I got it wrong this time. And you're totally right to call me out on it. And I won't do it again. No, we just see years and years of evidence and proof, don't we, where it's everyone else's fault. But this is actually quite dangerous, in my opinion, because
dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's always someone else's fault. That's what I realized that comes from a narcissistic person. They're always pointing the finger. They're always blaming something, someone, or anything other than themselves. It didn't happen that way. It happened this way. And they'll change the narrative to make it seem as if they're the victim, instead of taking any responsibility for their actions. Meghan is going to blame you. I'm going to blame you. I'm going to blame the Queen, Philip, King Charles, William, Catherine, Harry, my father. I'm going to blame everyone. Netflix, Spotify. It's all their fault. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. If they only had did this, then I would have been successful. No. None of those things are going to help you be successful. There's something rotten in the inside. Until the inside is fixed, it's not going to be a win or something you can change over to or fix. You got to be fixed from within. And that's a hard place to be fixed, especially at her age, and thinking that, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. And there is something wrong. People are saying it. And Harry, wake up from the other side of the bridge, which I don't think is going anywhere. He's not leaving her. Believes everything and trusts everything, and whatever she says, whatever she does, whatever she says, everything is what Meghan wants. Meghan gets.
She has got a profile. She's on the royal website. And so this isn't just a case of someone making a little mistake. No, this is someone that's ruthless, brazen, and nothing is going to stop her. So let's get into the clapback, because what she is doing, I believe, is gaslighting you all. She is trying to, yet again, manipulate the situation so she's not at fault. And this is ridiculous. So, in a new interview, Meghan explained she had joined the platform. This is the shopping AI-driven platform. When people just go to the supermarket.
It's never your fault. It is never your fault. You're always right. It is never your fault. It's always a reason behind something which makes it okay. Justifying the bad behavior does not take the behavior away. It's like sweeping it under the rug. Let's sweep it away for a moment and pretend I'm not this villain.
Market's way cheaper. In order to give fashion designers and brands the credit they deserve.
Yes.
Pop it, you're on another
Right.
planet. Even if you don't say a word, you can convey something in what you wear, the Duchess told Women's Weekly. I think people look quite a lot into fashion. I mean, it's just clothes, you know, we can't take them with us. Over the last several years, I would hear about an incorrect designer getting credit for something I wore, either via affiliate links or press, and that never seemed fair. Sorry? Fair. You went to Balenciaga. You went to the most revolting fashion house on planet Earth, where you glamorized their clothes. You sat front row and you exploited that appearance to amplify Balenciaga. Balenciaga, a brand that I truly believe has put minors in danger. She's absolutely, it's nauseating at this point. Credit where credit is due. These brands and designers work so hard and take great pride in their work, and I choose them for a reason. Either supporting a friend, being brand loyal. So it's always been important to me that the correct designer is credited. Well, you know what you can do there? You could do an Insta story for every outfit whereby you direct your 3 fans to go and look at the outfits they can't probably afford. And then you've said what your outfits are. But no, you want to earn. And this is the clapback. It's always putting the blame on someone else. She just cannot do.
Is putting the blame on someone else. It's not possible for her to say or do anything without putting the blame on someone else. Oprah's whole interview was blaming everyone else, Netflix, blaming everyone else. It's disgusting because we're watching it and seeing it, and we know we're not stupid. So don't try to gaslight us into thinking something other than what we see. We see it. Hello, Cece.
Deal with saying, I'm in the wrong. And so it goes on to say that the look she originally coined it in on was a $420 blue and white striped shirt and $159 sailor jeans. But here we go, $895 navy cashmere sweater. This woman's not living on planet Earth. So we've got the fact she wants to earn money and can't say, do you know what? I made a mistake at Bondi. No, she's taken no accountability for that. Harry's favorite word. And then the clap back. She's pushing the blame on all of us for even questioning it and then hiding behind these designers. This is a woman that Paula Frolic is going to share with you later in this episode, has, Paula believes, been taking a few little things from photo shoots and been causing real problems. So the fact she's now claiming to say, I just want to support the designers, you know, it's just me wanting to help them. No, this is a typical clapback whereby there is PR backlash and you try and shift the blame. You will notice, insiders, every time Meghan Markle gets stuck in a corner and people actually hold her to account, she lashes out, and she lashes out to almost try and humiliate us, in my opinion. And we're, oh, how dare we even, you know, ask these questions? You bet you I'm going to ask these questions. And I've had an extra shot in my coffee and I'm going to continue to ask them, because when people are on the royal website, they are, even if they're not a working royal, they are still representing the royal family. And the fact that we are seeing grifty, desperate delist moves from her, I believe, is continuing to harm a monarchy that many believe is actually hanging by a thread at the moment. Now, let's get in.
Desperate delist moves. Did you catch that? Desperate delist moves. Called her a delister.
The next story. Oh boy, we have got so much to discuss. Let's go. Budgie smugglers, Prince Harry, vow renewal. I'm going there. Okay, so Meghan recently appeared on the YouTube channel Sean and Marley. Sean and Marley both have Down syndrome and have created a brilliant YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. Meghan, obviously not one to miss an opportunity to get press, decided to go onto their show. They gave her a pair of budgie smugglers, where Meghan joked that they were for the love of her life, or herself, and that she joked about a vow renewal with Prince Harry. This is what I am going to tell you. I don't believe this was a joke. I believe this is an absolute up you to the royal family. And it's also a very desperate move for cash. So Z-list, D-list celebrities will often do vow renewals as a way to reignite their celebrity currency. When things are kind of dying and they can't get any press, they try to create little events. You would be stunned to know that I truly believe some celebrities I've worked with would have children to get press, would get married to get press. There is nothing these people wouldn't do because we can't apply logic to them. They're just different. Whilst we breathe oxygen to stay alive, they breathe in press, they breathe in attention. And so anything that is going to get them more press and more attention and more money, that is what they thrive off. It's very parasitic, actually. But Meghan dropping this little kind of nugget about a vow renewal, it made no sense in the context of talking Sean and Marley about vow renewals. But vow renewals are not something that are ever done within the royal family. It's very much a modern day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wouldn't that be weird for them to have a vow renewal? They don't do that in the royal family. They get married once and that's it. They make one big party of it, that one big time, and they're not renewing anything. Oh, wow, really? I didn't know that, demon dictator. After Trevor. How funny. Right. Will it be a spectacle renewal, Meghan? Like you talked about your own wedding? She can do what she wants, obviously, but the royal family doesn't have vow renewals.
Celebrity trend, I would say, to do them. Weddings are incredibly expensive. Let me give you a little insight. I paid, my mum paid for our wedding, mine and my husband's, and all the food was banned. So I got a refund on the wedding.
First of all, to reinvent herself with this vow renewal, it's weird. I think it's a good tactic to get all the who's back in, the door, because that's what she wanted to do, and network with these people. She wants to network with these A-listers at her vow renewal so that she can get into contact with them and they can be on her good list, so she can get on their good list, so she can start working with them and for them to make some money. Because Hollywood, we talked about it the other day, has spit her out.
How brilliant is that? We only had a small one of like 15 people. It was a lunch. But weddings are incredibly expensive, okay? And at the end of the day, vow renewals serve one purpose for celebrities: to get them right at the front of the news agenda. So whilst many may miss this little nugget that Meghan dropped, I actually believe this is her yet again proving she can behave exactly as she wants to, because there are never any repercussions.
Right.
So she could go to Malibu, do a vow renewal on the beach, sell the pictures, exploit everything, earn a commission on the outfits. You would never, ever see any other.
Yeah, but the thing is that the wedding would cost a lot more. Can she even afford that? And I'm with you. It's a publicity wedding. That's what it would be. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
The member of the royal family doing this, even non-working royals.
It just looks
because
weird.
This is the kind of thing you would see from Kim Kardashian. Meghan is desperate to emulate these big celebrities, but she lacks the know-how. She throws everything against the wall and hopes something is going to stick. So a vow renewal is a desperate move to try and get press, to try and make her more famous, but it simply won't work because there is no fan base. The bot accounts online and the fake kind of fans out there, they're not real, because if they were,
there's no fan base. There's no fan base. You can hang out with every A-lister you want to, Meghan, but you have no fans. You have no fan base. You are deemed the biggest loser of Hollywood. And that's unfortunate, because you need to be popular. And just because you're the Duchess of Sussex is not putting you on the map. That's not good. And this vow renewal is going to be a flop-a-doo, because you can't fix something that's within. There's something within you that's rotten. And until that gets fixed, then it's just going to continue to rot and get worse and be in denial. Denial. Oh, I didn't do that. They did that. Who's they? Them. Who's them? They. It wasn't the Queen, though. Thank you, Cece. I appreciate you, girl. She lacks the ability to command a room, to have a room to fall in love with her. She can't even command a room. She just did that Australia trip and was only able to get 47 people. And it called for 300.
For real, Netflix would have charted at #1. As ever, would be stocked outside of her website. Billionaires do not set up little endorsements like a one-off line of chocolate on their website selling jam. Billionaires do not monetize their outfits for 10%. I believe Meghan and Harry are in serious financial trouble. Meghan is displaying all the key moves of someone in the public eye that is really under financial strain. You've got the commission from outfits, then you've got the allegedly leaking pap shots, and now the vow renewal. These are all ways that celebrities desperately scramble to try and ignite interest. But I'm afraid, Poppet, the people have spoken. No one wanted your jam. No one wanted your Netflix.
Ignite interest. No one is coming up to her and igniting her and sparking our interest. We are done. We're not talking about Meghan and Harry and what's going on with the gruesome twosome all the time, because there's nothing going on with these two. It's the same old, same old. It's Meghan's playbook. I know it. It reeks of Meghan. And this is how we're going to do it, because it's a failure every time. You have no fans. Isolation. No one cares anymore. You have no popularity. You have no one that wants to sit at the dinner table with you for $1,000 or get a picture with you to put in your pocket, not to charity, but your pocket. It's weird. Yes, CC. Marine. Yeah, her speech is flop. There's a flop-a-doo. There's a bunch of word salad. She's going to talk about the soap commercial. Then she's going to talk about the TIG. Then she's going to talk about how she's got a seat at the table. You ain't got no seat at the table. You are a ghost. No one can see you. As much as you wanted privacy, as much as you say you wanted privacy, you need to be out there. And she knows that. But nobody wants to see her. Nobody wants to see her come out. They want her to come in, go away somewhere for a few years, come back stronger than ever, reunited with your families. No, that's not going to happen. Meghan is going to go to the ends of the ends to try to convince Hollywood and every A-lister to let her in, because she needs that approval. She has to have their approval. Why in the hell would she invite all these people to the wedding that she don't know for their approval and to use them? I need something from you, George Clooney. Can I ride your jet? She's a gold digger. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I know that's right, CC.
I do believe there is one thing Meghan hasn't explored that I believe she will do next. So I believe the next possible business angle Meghan may explore will be a book. A book is something that you don't have to sell many copies for it to chart. You can do a lot of promotion ahead of time and chart on.
Okay, we're moving on. A book.
Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of one of Suffix's bestest ever YouTube channels. Coming in your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And before we start, what I will say is this. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. It's still
Meghan's marriage.
This is a Radar exclusive inside Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's most explosive fight yet, and how their kids are caught in the middle. The fight is allegedly over Meghan's attempts to continue to use the children for publicity. And we just saw her a day or so ago boarding a private plane, I believe, but she was flying alone to Chicago for the first communion of one of her godchildren. And I thought that was very significant.
I can even push that reporting even further. Radar did an incredible job. I love the folks over there at Radar. What I'm told is they're pretty much now living separate lives. He has her friends. He has his friends. They pretty much now are living, they don't share anything in common. They don't really have any common interests apart from the Sussex brand. And he's Mr. Mom. He's with the kids a lot. She is too. But I'm told now that their interests they were never aligned, but they tried to figure out things that they could do together. And now that all those business projects have broken up, they have separate friends. He has no friends. And so she went by herself. It's such a weird thing, isn't it? This could have been a family weekend away, or they could have got a nanny, and Harry and Meghan.
Neither one of them have friends. Let's just be clear. Harry doesn't have any friends. Meghan doesn't have any friends. She's isolated him from all of that. And so he's left to himself. Do you believe that they're separated? I would have to say, let's think about it. Let's take a poll. We're going to do a 30-second countdown.
Did you get a super chat the other night?
I did. I got a couple today.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Polo gave me one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Oh my God.
Separate. Let's see what everybody thought.
See what they say.
See what they said. I can't believe, yes, they separated. Easily believes that they have separated. Marine said they should have did an exorcism on her.
I know, yeah.
Exorcism.
They did an exorcism.
Oh boy. Okay. Lisa, and Plotter. They probably sleep in different rooms. Now, I know this for a fact. They're not having sex. No, that's not happening. They're not making each other. They're not doing any of those things. That's for sure. That I can honestly say that they're not intimate with each other. Meghan's cut that off a long time ago. And he's probably cheating.
Could have had a romantic weekend in Chicago. It's a great city, but no, she went by herself. And that's not because they couldn't afford a babysitter. Often when my mum and dad traveled separately, it's because they couldn't afford someone to look after the brat that I was, but they can afford people. I'm told now their lives are pretty much non-existent together.
It has been a minute. I know that. And I know you have been watching this case from every angle while this channel was quiet.
All right.
This is a Radar exclusive.
Now,
good morning, my awesome friends and followers of one of Suffix's best ever YouTube channels. Coming in your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And before we start, what I will say is this. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. It is. It's still Thursday. Yeah. Thank you to those who've watched my daily rant. Should I sit like this? I'm not sure.
Well, it's time for a quick royal roundup. Meghan Markle, she's still trying to explain why she was selling the outfit she wore to meet Bondi Beach survivors. This is how low Meghan Markle has gone, right? This is how broke they must be. She is trying to sell an outfit she wore to meet survivors of a terrorist attack. I mean, how low can you go? The only thing I want to do with Meghan Markle is play limbo. So here we have them down under in Australia. Their finances are also down under, in my opinion. And so she wore this outfit. And then there was an app and a website that she is allegedly an investor in. And they put the outfit up immediately so people could buy it. And she's supposed to get a commission of the sales. Now, this is some low down, dirty Kardashian behavior. This is what every little influencer under the sun does. And you can actually see the website here. We have it up on the screen. Selling an outfit you wore to meet survivors on what's supposed to be this altruistic, philanthropic, royal tour shows us exactly who Meghan Markle is. But she did an interview, and here's what she had to say. This is with the Australian Women's Weekly. She said, fashion is one of the most powerful industries. Even if you don't say a word, you can convey something in what you wear. Over the last several years, I would hear about an incorrect designer getting credit for something I wore, either via affiliate links or never see credit where credit is work so hard and great work, and I choose them for a reason. So it's always been important to me that the correct designer is credited. Okay, that's a bunch of purple D goo. She's acting like this is about the designer. No, you wore an outfit that you thought girls were going to go out there and buy so you can make a little bit money to pay for the mansion in Montecito and your trips around the world. That's it. That's it. I don't even know what designer you need for this outfit. It looks like a little top that she's tied a bow in and some flowy wrinkled pants. She's acting like I really need to credit the designer, like it's Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton. This is H&M. This looks like H&M, which is where I shop, but this looks like something I have in my closet. So she's acting like she really needs to credit her designer, like she's wearing Givenchy dollars. She's wearing Givenchy. But no, this is all a bunch of BS. There's a bunch of PR kind of cleanup that she's doing because she got caught. She got caught grifting and merching off of meeting with survivors, and that's pretty gross. And I think Harry and Meghan are also reeling because King Charles and Queen Camilla had such a successful trip here in the United States. I mean, King Charles got 12 or 13 standing ovations from Congress. The event at the White House, I was there, as you guys know, all day, was beautiful. The reception was fantastic. You really saw how effective King Charles was at his job, as he should have been, right? He's been doing this a long time. He was born a prince. He's been in waiting quite a while to be king, so he better be good at it. But no, I think the trip was such a success. Harry and Meghan are a little bit shook. I think Harry and Meghan are kind of shook because they've been pushing this narrative. The monarchy's outdated. Nobody likes King Charles. I mean, they trashed Camilla in the book as well, in the book Spare. So I think it's been a wake-up call for Harry and Meghan to see, oh, they've still got it. The press is always going to love covering the real royals more than they love covering us. The last thing
what the hell was she thinking? That the royals aren't real? Like, come on. They're the reason for the season. You are not the real deal. They're not rolling out the red carpet for you, Meghan. It's just not going to happen. But King Charles, the real royals, the real deal, she went in there trying to infiltrate what they had going on. And look what happened to her. She's an outcast now. She's not even in with the cool kids. And she wants us to believe that she is. Remember the cake moment with Gwyneth Paltrow? Like, I'm like, what are they doing? People don't like her. She's not likable. And that is something bad for someone to say about you. Imagine always being told that you're a mean, nasty person. Hello, Karen. Merching her attire on Bondi Beach was one of her lowest moments, and there have been many, sadly. Yes, Karen, she has a lot. Okay, CC, I'm going to play them. I'll play them.
say in this royal roundup, it's the 3-year anniversary of King Charles' coronation, May 6, 2023. I remember getting up at 2 a.m. to watch the coronation. It's something he waited a long time for. He waited his entire life, and it was a beautiful coronation. So it's interesting how 3 years flew by, because getting up to cover that coronation is how people really discovered me at first. I was making videos on TikTok, and that month on TikTok, I got 32 million views. I was covering all the royal stuff, all the coronation, as well as politics and the Republican primary here that was heating up in May of 2023. So it's just a special day for me to think about where I was 3 years ago, getting up at 2 a.m. to cover King Charles' coronation, and then to last week be at the White House with King Charles and Queen Camilla. Is such a full circle moment, and honestly makes me a little bit emotional, and it wouldn't have happened if people didn't support me and watch me and show me love. And it's why I always love our internet family here on the podcast, those of you who are with me on Instagram and other social media platforms, because I wouldn't.
He's got a whole speech to do, and we're going to give him a thumbs up, but we're going to move on. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Let's go here. I want to show you something happened with Rihanna and ASAP, her boyfriend, at the Met Gala. They got into it. But before we do that, let me show you. We're moving on from Meghan and Harry. We're about to move on. This is timestamp new. Okay. But I want to show you the memes real quick that I received from CC. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let's go back here. Here. Weird. Oh, okay, here it is. Bet I can cook. Okay. Oh, something happened to the connection. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I got stuck. It could be getting hot. Yeah. My laptop. Oh, really? They did look beautiful. Marine, they did. They look gorgeous. I was trying to show you guys. This. Hold on. Wow. My computer is doing something really, really weird. Okay, here it is. It's been doing this all day, so I do apologize. It is an interruption. Okay, here we go. That's a meme. I bet I can cook. Let's see what else they got. Los Angeles saved after Meghan Markle arrives to stand around wearing baseball cap. Good one.
Will visit Kenya next week, where he is expected to acknowledge Britain's role in the slave trade and unfortunately attempt to return Meghan. I just report the news, guys.
Oh, God, it keeps going out. Okay. Barbie and Ken living in America, living the American dream. Meghan Markle upset after South Park shatters her big aspirations. Where is this at? Megan and Harry, we don't want to be royals anymore, and we are moving to America, Queen. Okay. Guys, something happened at the Met Gala the other day. And basically, Rihanna and her man were not getting along. Not good. Oh, it is. I love it.
I do too.
Like I look for it. Yeah.
It gets very excited.
And A$AP Rocky got into a heated argument after the Met Gala. You could tell throughout the night that Rihanna got more and more annoyed by A$AP Rocky as he decided to pay attention to other women and ignore his wife. The tension blew over after the two left the Met Gala and their argument was caught on camera. So let's get into it.
Rihanna.
After the Met Gala, there were so many after parties and so much drama has happened since then. So I wanted to give you guys an update on what's happened, kicking off this episode by talking about Rihanna and A$AP's fighting. It seems like there was a lot of tension all night between them, and there's one video that started the conversation online, and it was of A$AP and Rihanna getting into an argument in their vehicle.
Oh, she was tired. Oh, Riri. She's not happy.
I like all the extra commentary.
I mean, did you see the way she looked? Like she rolled her eyes at him. She gave him a really pretty disgusting look. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Jealousy is not good in a marriage. Look at this. They're arguing with each other in the opening. I wonder how she's going to feel today now that she knows she's been arguing in front of everybody with her husband. Now she's going to have to prove that they love each other. The marriage looks rocky to me. And they got 3 kids and it's rocky. Here's the thing. You got to be careful too. Because women can be controlling. Okay? And she seems like an alpha male, alpha woman. So I think she's a bit controlling. Her look was devilish. It was. Her outfit looked like an owl costume. I'm telling you, I did not like it. I thought it was hideous. Hideous. Yeah, that wasn't cute. It looked uncomfortable.
They are not happy.
Just don't come up, guys. What? Don't go up.
You can see that there's like something going on. She looks mad. She almost looks heated, like she's breathing heavy. He looks like he can't even make eye contact, almost like he's guilty of something.
Oh, but they're not happy. Are they arguing?
Low-key looks like it. They were partying when they left.
Looks like something happened.
They spent like 4 hours getting her ready. She was
Oh, she getting closer? What's that mean? She leaning in to make a point?
Back it up. To your left. Riri, over here, please. To your left.
You can see she's over it.
You were beautiful.
Every relationship out there has their problems and their fights. And when you are a celebrity, everything's put under a microscope. How just human beings being human, let them be. Waiting on the lip reading lady. Yes, me too. She's a water sign. I know her words cut deep. Let them be. This person says they're human, aren't they? Do we always have to be happy in relationships? Damn. Somebody else said that Rihanna, she must be hungry.
Her lips is poked out. I mean, like, she's walking around with a bad attitude. Really, it's really jacked up. I blame her. I think it's her messing up the night with her issues. You know, sometimes having a good man ain't enough.
We heard about them plates at the gala. My good sis breastfeeding and she needs food. And ASAP should have anticipated that and had her snacks. That made me question, wait, what did they eat at the Met Gala this year? Oh my gosh. No wonder Rihanna was pissed off. Okay, wait, let's go through the dishes they had. This was a burrata appetizer that was prepared to look like a green tomato. Oof. I mean, I love a green tomato, but this is just not appetizing at all. I can understand why Rihanna was hungry. Okay, we've got some like lamb chops here. I mean, I love a good like, filet mignon. And I'm sure the lamb chop is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over him. This is what they ate for dinner during the Met Gala. This is lamb and some other vegetable stuff. None of these plates look good to me. That green fat potato just sitting on top of my plate, looking like a pumpkin that turned green. No, it didn't look appealing. Now, this looks kind of reddish. I would have been concerned about it being raw, rare. Debbie Campbell? Debbie? No, that's not Debbie. Hello, Debbie. It looked like there's some flower sprinkles. Let me get closer. Yes, there's some flower sprinkles on there. Yep, Megan's flower sprinkles. What's with the flower sprinkles? I think those are peas too. I don't like peas. The asparagus looks good.
It's good, but everything just looks kind of like raw. I mean, even the vegetables look like they were boiled. Like, where's the seasoning? Do you guys see like even a flake of pepper on the asparagus? I don't. Oh, wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Raspberry infused chocolate. Okay, so you get one of this little tiny thing, and it looks like I would pass on each and every one of these. Let me know in the comments below. Did any of that look appetizing to you?
Did you see the dessert?
Do you want the burrata tomato? Or maybe you want the no seasoning lamb chop? His facial expression gave, man, go ahead. I could see that. All couples have arguments. What's the big deal? Another person says, leave them alone. All couples have their disagreements. They also could be mad about what someone else did. All couples have their disagreements. And go ahead. I could see that. All you want the burrata tomato? Or maybe you want the no seasoning lamb chop? His facial expression gave, man, go ahead. I could see that. All couples have arguments. What's the big deal? Another person says, leave them alone. All couples have their disagreements. They also could be mad about what someone else did. The reports say that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's Met Gala evening went down just like a high school prom. A lot of fun, but then followed by what appears to be an emotional talk. I do wonder if they had a run-in with Kendall Jenner. At one point, A$AP Rocky was with Kendall Jenner, and Rihanna does not like her for multiple reasons. One of which is because she's territorial over A$AP Rocky, and of course Kendall Jenner had her fling with him. It looks like their feud began back in 2012, 2013 when they had a Twitter exchange. Remember, Kendall tweeted out, if Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset. Well, I don't think Rihanna was liking that command from Miss Entitled Kendall Jenner. She said, well, don't come. I could totally see Rihanna, like, if she was like performing this song, she would have just taken it off the list real quick. But on X, I started to see more clips. This person shared a strange relationship. They always seem to be fighting. And I understand the Met Gala is a really intense situation. I would probably be hungry and hot and bothered too. But then there was one moment that really stood out to me. A moment where you can see ASAP Rocky speaking to this other woman while Rihanna is just standing on the side, not really knowing what to do with herself. And you can see that she
Look at ASAP. Did you see him in the corner? He looked like he had got too comfortable. He looked like he was a little too comfortable. Watch.
speaking to this other woman while Rihanna is just standing on the side, not really knowing what to do with herself. And you could see that she is so uncomfortable.
Bree, how you doing tonight? Good?
Yes, how are you?
Peace and blessings. You know, like the backstage live, you know what I mean? You know how we do that. What do you think about tonight? Was it good tonight? You had a good time tonight? Like, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the fact. Backstage live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you at this fashion show. Look at my God.
What the hell? Was he flirting? You know what? It was a lot going on with that girl. I thought he did like this, like, you got a phone number? And she says, He said, okay. Yeah, there were flower sprinkles on it, Marine. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. ASAP is in some trouble. Okay. Did you see him over there just chilling? He really got comfortable. Now, I wouldn't have mind my husband because I trust him. But look at this.
Uncomfortable.
Look, he's talking to two women. That's, I guess, the bodyguard. I don't know. But he's talking to her. The one right here with the back out. And then the other one across from, watch. Her. Rihanna's, she's looking at Rihanna.
Tonight, good?
Yes, how are you?
Peace and blessings. You know, like the backstage live, you know what I mean? You know,
Look how he looking at her. That is not cool. Do you guys suspect he's doing something? Look at that. Look how he's leaning. He's leaning. He's all smiles and he's leaning to the side. And it's so really, it's wrong. It's wrong, ASAP. Shame on you. Get yourself from talking to that lady. It's different if you're having a conversation with her, but you're obviously flirting hard. Wow. They do it like that? I mean, it's just in your face. This looks something, doesn't it, guys? Look at this. Your husband is over there with them two beautiful women. He gonna mess around and he gonna lose her. Next thing you're gonna know, you're gonna be like divorced. They're getting a divorce. 3 kids. He wasn't ready for this. Look at this.
we do that. What do you think about having good tonight? You had a good time tonight? Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time. Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as
It's flirting for real.
Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my God.
You could see that he was having a time of his life back there speaking to that person. While Rihanna's over here just like making small talk because at this point she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I caught you out as fast as so look at my God. Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time. Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my.
Whoa. ASAP is wrong for that. Cheater! Cheater! Yeah, CC, he walked away with all smiles. Marine, he's definitely flirting. No wonder she's pissed. No wonder she's pissed off, ASAP. ASAP, what are you doing in the corner with the lady with the hat? What are you doing? She told him no.
Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time. Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my God.
You could see that he was having a time of his life.
Caught you out as fast as so look. Caught you out as fast as so look at my God. Good time tonight. Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time. Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my God.
Oh, you are caught red-handed. He did it in front of her. Yeah. She's definitely not a Rihanna. Like, she can't compare. And the nerve of him. The nerve of you. Oh. He totally was flirting.
Caught you out as fast as so look at my God. Backstage Live. I won't be. I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time.
Be friendly.
Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my God.
You could see that he was having a time of his life.
What do you think about having good tonight? You had a good time tonight? Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's the time. Backstage Live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you out as fast as so look at my God.
You could see that he was having a time of his life back there speaking to that person. While Rihanna's over here just like making small talk because at this point she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. See you again, bro. Likewise. Big love. World. Big love. Look, that's how you do it. That's how I agree, man. See, look, that's.
Did you see how he just kind of got in front of the conversation, kind of took over the conversation? Like, I'm here now, the party can start of a situation, or just like he just got through doing something. He is so guilty. Girl, you got you a thug. You got you one that's got a Roman eye. Attention. Look at this.
Time of his life back there speaking to that person. While Rihanna's over here just like making small talk because at this point she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. See you again, bro. Likewise. Big love. World.
Look how he's holding his head up in the air and looking over there at the woman. Okay? He's looking in that direction. And Riri knows it. She got her a player for life. I got a player for life, a player for life, a player for life. He did it all in front of the camera. So when he gets home and we look at the camera and be like, honeydew, no, not you.
we go. Big love. Look, that's how you do it. That's how I agree, man. See, look, that's
Some people say that ASAP Rocky is just too friendly. He needs to slow down. Her face, whenever he came closer, you could tell that she was so over him. He also just cut her off during the middle of this interview. And just
Look how he cut her off. God, he has no manners. He has no manners. Look, his manners are out the door. Put a 1 in the chat if he has manners. At first, I thought it was her. Now I see it's him. It's you, ASAP. He's changing. He thinks he is he's on top of the world, which you are. You got a beautiful woman. You got beautiful kids. Your career is going great. Don't start screwing it up by having this wandering eye. Airbags. Oh my God, that is so sad, CC. I heard about the virus.
just stood right in front of her. Leaving your lady standing while you giggle with other women is extremely disrespectful. It's the way that she's smiling for the cameras, but you can see we'll talk about this later, in her eyes. This happens when you give men like him a chance and marry him. It's pretty clear that Rihanna is out of his league, but after he got...
That's what happens when you give a man like this a chance. And when you say a man like this, you're talking about a cheater, somebody with a roaming eye, someone that is not capable of being faithful. Look how he is on this girl in front of his wife. This is so disrespectful, ASAP, at every level. You might as well just lay down with the lady right there. He had no discretion. And look at little poor Rihanna waiting in the wind. She didn't want to be rude. She didn't want to interrupt him in his moment. Again, she did not want to interrupt him in his moment.
It boosted his confidence. And now he thinks he's this hot shot man that women can't resist. What I got from this is Rihanna is the jealous type. He's a ladies' man and Rihanna hates it. Just a quick note, if you guys aren't subscribed to my Let's Get Into It podcast, please subscribe. I will comment below. That's why I changed the background today, and we're close to 300,000 subscribers, so please help out. But there was a moment that brightened the mood in Rihanna's night when she saw a journalist there, and she had some really encouraging words for her. Take a look.
So what was your day like today?
Today was honestly hoping that I could meet the moment and catch somebody's eye contact. So many people, when they come here on the carpet, it's take. But my goal was to give back, because I feel like your talent gives us.
But
so I just
you
wanted
deserve to be
up.
poured into as well.
Thank you. So can this
Not
get all about?
I've been jealous a couple of times, but it was when I was younger, not when I got older. And yeah, it was when I was younger. Marine says, oh my God, that is terrible. It is. Cece says, I've never been jealous. I figure if they cheat, they cheat. It would just be like, bye barrage for me in Beyonce's voice. Bye, boy. Bye, boo. She did. But then we get home, you start denying it. I wasn't doing anything. I was just being polite. I was just talking to her. Trying to tell you you didn't see what you saw. Stop that, ASAP. We all saw it. And it's good that it's put on blast so that he can't deny it. Bye, boy. Okay, got it. CC. Yeah, Riri. There's nothing wrong with Riri.
Giving in to everybody.
Thank you, Rihanna.
You deserve to be poured into, and you're beautiful. You're a black journalist, and I respect you, and I love you for this.
Thank
and
you.
by the way, your outfit is
Love you, Rihanna.
See, those moments are why Rihanna is the woman that she is. And for those who may not know, Chanel's husband, the reporter who was there, passed away last year due to a battle with brain cancer. I'm not sure if Rihanna knows this or not, but I think the universe pulled them together so that moment could happen. That's actually like so sweet and beautiful. I feel like Rihanna has that kind of light about her. She made her year with those words of encouragement. So what was your day like today? She's so like, she does that. She greets every person in her way. I just don't know how like she ended up being so great. I don't know if there's a better celebrity than her. Black journalists are so important. Yes, women supporting women is beautiful. They would have fired me because I would have ugly cried hard. And I would put this on my resume. Now, the Met Gala is all for costumes and things like that, but the after parties are where you have fun. Let's go through some of the looks. Actually, this outfit was more interesting than the look that Hailey Bieber originally wore.
What do you think about the after party look? What are we thinking? I kind of like it. I kind of like Bieber's wife's outfit. The front is bothering me right there in the middle, the little hang down. That's getting on my nerve. That just doesn't look right. But everything else is on point.
She looks great. I mean, of course, no Justin around. Here is Doja Cat's after look. It was very similar.
Doja Cat. I don't know who she with. Isn't she beautiful? I think she has on a wig, they said. It's beautiful. She just looks like a lady. She's coming back to normalness.
Similar to her normal look, and she gave very much like pedestrian this year. Not impressed. Oh, Katy Perry. Something about
Look at Katy. What we gonna say about Katy? Doja looked good. I thought Doja hit it out the park. What is going on with Katy? I like this dress, but her boobs are doing something. It's like they're leaning. I like, honestly, I like the fur around the bottom. I'm a sucker for that. I think that is, but I just don't like the top part. It's frumpy. It needs a lift. It needs some lifting. Yeah, her breast looks bad, CC. Yeah. That's Katy.
the top portion of this outfit isn't too well fitting, like around almost like
He notices it too. He said the top part is not well fitted. It is really bad fitted.
like her shoulders aren't like it's a little bit too baggy around the shoulders. I can't tell. I mean, the little thing around the skirt's cute. Kind of reminds you of the teenage dream era. Olivia Rodrigo's.
No,
I don't understand what's up with her. Like trying.
Okay, what the hell? I wouldn't wear this around the house. I just wouldn't. I did too. I like the fluffy at the bottom. Katy looks like a loafer. A loofah. Check. Yeah, this is gonna be a no for me. I wear the Katy Perry one. but I would have to fix the boob part. But this situation right here, this is a no for me.
Trying to dress like, do we like this? I mean,
No.
I don't know. It's on brand for her. I'll give you that.
Oh,
Actually, Olivia Rodrigo probably would have been at the Met Gala, but she skipped it after liking an anti-Bezos Instagram post. Right now, Olivia Rodrigo is on a slippery slope because she's coming out with a new album, so she needs to be on her best behavior, and maybe going to the Met Gala wouldn't make her fans happy. I was going to say friends, but her fans, not her friends. This person on Reddit says that Olivia went to the Met Gala's after parties and has an exclusive Amazon vinyl partnership for her new song. So this whole thing is like fake and performative because she's like, you know, booking with Amazon. But this person noted that the partnership is totally valid. It could be something that she contractually has to abide by. Sometimes your label runs you. That's all I'm saying. Yep. And she might have these contractual obligations that she can't turn down. But I don't know if going to the Met was really, it would have canceled her or not. I feel like everybody went. So really wouldn't have changed anything. Here is Hunter Schafer. Oh my gosh. Did you guys watch Euphoria this past week? It has gotten so good. I'm actually in love with this season. I'm impressed. What do you guys think?
Oh, I like this. This is a yes for me. What do you guys think about this outfit? This is a yes for me. I know it looks like a cow, but it's cute. I would love that. Which one, Marine? This is cute. It's perfect for her. She picked the perfect dress for her. I wish I could see the back.
In the comments below because I'm dying to see the next one. Tate McRae looks so good. I mean, I don't understand how she's...
No. This is a no for me. The boobs is just too much. It's too low. It's showing too much boobs. I think if it had covered the boobs a little bit better, I would have liked it. Oh, this is the after party. Is this too much for an after party? Like, but you were like, shoot. I don't know. I would have to have my breasts in a bigger cup. That's for sure. And other than that, it is see-through. I kind of like the see-through. I kind of like it. I can't wear it, but I like it. If you're getting, Cece said, if you're looking to get laid, the boobs need more structure. They do. Yeah, I agree, Marine. I'm not a see-through person. That should only be shared in the bedroom. I get it. I get it. I don't know. If I have the body, I mean, I think I would wear it. But I think I would still leave some to the imagination. And this one does do that, except for the boobs.
It's not like #1 pop star in the world because she is just, it's giving Britney Spears all over again.
Gorgeous.
You guys want your room number?
Have fun.
Okay, we're good.
You look insane. You look insane.
Kendall Jenner wore...
Have fun.
Okay, we're good.
Have fun.
Okay, we're good.
Is just, it's giving Britney Spears all over again.
Gorgeous.
You guys want your room number?
Have fun.
Okay, we're good.
You look insane. You look insane.
Kendall Jenner wore another plain look. Here's Connor Story, one of the heated rivalry guys. Actually,
You look insane. You look insane.
Kendall Jenner wore another plain look.
What the heck?
Insane. You look insane.
Kendall Jenner wore.
What the heck is this, Kendall? This is ugly. This is what is going on? She dropped every ball in the house. I don't know what this is doing. It looked like I wouldn't even put it on just to try it on. It's ugly. It's not giving me anything. It looks like a Playboy bunny outfit. It does. It doesn't. It looks like a costume. I don't like it. And he said it too. I don't know what's going on at the bottom of it either. It's weird.
Another plain look. Here's Connor Story, one of the heated rivalry guys. Actually,
ooh, that's how you see. He's nice looking. Whoa, check him out. Once upon a time, I had a figure like that. Yeah, me too. And I'm getting mine back. Now I look like an old piece of roadkill. No, you don't, Marine. Yeah, he's ready.
I really like this suit. I would wear this, but yeah, I have not seen the show, and you guys haven't convinced me yet. But I did see that his co-star Hudson Wilson was headed home after a 7 a.m. party session, and I'm sure he's just got a lot of things going through his mind and his system.
Rocky! Rocky! Oh my God.
This person writes, lost 25% of his clothes and accessories. The time was had for sure. He actually makes being a celebrity look fun. I love that for him. I miss the old school celebrity party pics. They don't do that stuff publicly anymore, which I agree. I miss those days. Shout out to Brittany. In another random moment, Kylie Jenner was walking the red carpet at the Mark Hotel, the hotel they all stay at, and somebody had some cat food and asked her to sign it. Take a look.
Asking Kylie Jenner to sign my cat
Can you
food.
sign my cat food, please? Oh my God, my cat food. Yes,
Yeah.
Kylie. Yes, thank you so much, girl.
We love you,
Kylie.
Love you, Kylie.
Thanks, Kylie.
Oh my God.
That is an interaction. I mean, she does have her new cat that she's obsessed with. I don't even know where her dogs are nowadays because Timothy got her this cat, and ever since then, that's been ruling her life. I do want to talk about some of the shady things that people are talking about on X. Like, for example, Beyonce's post that she made on Instagram versus what she actually looked like. Now, at first, I was like, wait, this can't be real. Is this real? Is this real? They did our girl Beyonce so dirty with the ankles and stuff. Honestly, anyone could look like that. If you got the wrong ankle, it's just that's what I got that too. But people are being so nasty. Beyonce fails to be on Vogue's Best Dressed Stars. Oh, she failed to be on the Best Dressed Stars? Damn.
Wow,
and she's co-chair. Another person said, what I ordered and what I received. Don't bring Nikki into this.
I'm sorry? Is there one piece of art that has changed your life? I would say my children. Your children? Yes. One more time? My children. Oh yeah, the greatest work of art.
Now, somebody trying to troll her on the children answer. In the past, she's actually said this before. Her greatest accomplishment is her children. And if she feels that way, then she should be able to feel this way. This person writes, I think she's mentioned something similar earlier too when she was asked about her greatest achievement, and she said becoming a mother. I mean, at the same time, if you know Beyonce's lore, she had, I think, several miscarriages whenever she was trying to have Blue. So she's had difficulties like getting pregnant. I think becoming a mother is truly one of the things that she's proud of. And like with all these pop stars and their mental well-beings, it seems like she's pretty stable and probably there for her children. when she can be. This person says you can tell that motherhood brings her genuine joy. I'm sure it would bring most people joy, this person replies, if they had nannies, maids, cooks, tutors, etc. to help raise their kids like Beyonce does for hers. True, those are a lot of chores. Now, it wasn't just Beyonce who looked a little bit different at certain angles. Here's Rihanna. And here's... Is that really Rihanna? I have a feeling that somebody created these, but like, oof. I mean, with the wrong lighting, the wrong angle, it could be anyone. I mean, Kim Kardashian looked like she was half awake throughout the entire Met Gala. She's actually been doing some press for Vogue ever since then. She was speaking about her last year's controversy, or was it year before? It was last year, right? The Marilyn Monroe, when she ripped through that dress. Ugh. That BBL just ripped through those little soft buttons that Marilyn would wear. This is what she has to say about it.
Oh, isn't that like the scandal of all time? Something looks fabulous with the perfect lighting and the angles, and then you go on the carpet,
and it's like
the worst lighting on the planet, and it's like, she's a fraud. Like, what a catfish. She looks nothing like that. And it's like, no. You have no clue what you're working with. Like when I went blonde, not to bring this back up, but
we can move past this. Is there any more questions?
But Marilyn, like, I did not tan or anything. I did a red carpet the day before. Looked amazing. But on the carpet, you can look orange if the carpet's red and it's bouncing off of some. It's just, carpets are scary.
This person says she's in love with herself. Good for her. We should all love ourselves. This is a good hair color on her. I agree. It's really not that
excuses.
Deep. Another person says that she's her own favorite person. Kim is the queen of the Met Gala, like if you agree. And I love that hairstyle and color on her. Good for Kim. That is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please go and subscribe to Let's Get Into a Podcast if you like getting into it with me.
Marine said, she could poke somebody's eye out with those, with her boobs. Oh, thank you so much, Maureen. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Okay. Last but not least, let's move on to Nancy. Okay.
Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of one of Suffix's bestest ever YouTube channels. Coming in your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And before we start, what I will say is this. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. It's still Thursday. Yeah. Thank you to those who've watched my daily rant. Should I sit like this? I'm not sure. There's a lot to contemplate, isn't there? There's the Timu Royals visit to Australia, which is really getting on my tip.
Well, nearly 100 days into the search for Nancy Guthrie, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department doesn't have a single suspect. And now FBI Director Kash Patel says Sheriff Nanos and his department forced the feds onto the sidelines during the case's most crucial moments.
I knew from my sources they were trying to keep you guys out.
They did. Here's how
time matters in an investigation.
The first 48 hours of anyone's disappearance are the most critical.
Joining us now, News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton. Brian, tell us more about what Director Patel said.
Yeah, we knew a little bit of this, Katie, but I had no idea some of these details. When Patel spoke with Sean Hannity, he said that they were essentially kept out of the Nancy Guthrie investigation. The FBI was for the first 4 days. The first 4 days, they wouldn't involve the FBI. And you know how important the first 48 hours can be with a missing persons investigation. So that was shocking. The other thing is, and I had no idea about this until Director Patel said this today, that they had an airplane. The FBI had an airplane in Arizona on standby, ready to take the DNA from the Nancy Guthrie crime scene back to Quantico so that it could be tested. And we now know that this was a hair strand, a very important hair strand that was found inside the house. But the sheriff decided not to send that DNA to the FBI lab, instead to send it to their private lab in Florida. In fact, the FBI didn't even get that hair strand until a couple of weeks ago. We knew there was frustration about that, but we had no idea the FBI actually had a plane on the ground, ready to go, and the sheriff just ignored them.
Unbelievable.
No, I am disappointed in the sheriff. This sheriff really messed up the situation. I don't know what he was thinking and what he thought. He was too relaxed. Is this a small town that doesn't have a lot of crime? And he's not taking it seriously?
Well, but not surprising, given what we know about the way he has handled this case. Your new special on the Nancy Guthrie mystery airs tomorrow night on the CW at 9 p.m. Eastern. What can you tell us about what we're going to see with that and the expectations that you have for us to watch?
Yeah, really looking forward to this. An hour-long special. We take you all the way back to the beginning. You know, I was in Tucson for almost 2 months. We've got an inside look at the investigation. We've got a source who comes forward from behind the scenes. We put them back in silhouette to give us more information about sort of the frustrations among the investigators. And then this is interesting, Katie. We have this panel of former FBI profilers, some of the most famous profilers in the world. We brought them together. We sat them at a table together. We showed them everything that we found. And we said, what do you think happened? What do you think the motive is? And that was fascinating. I mean, they don't even think it was a kidnapping or a ransom. I'll tell you that. So it's interesting what they came up with.
Okay. Well, Brian Anton, you've been absolutely remarkable on this story. So thank you for joining us. And
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, nearly 100 days into the search for Nancy Guthrie, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department doesn't have a single suspect. And now FBI.
In a newly released podcast, FBI Director Kash Patel raising new criticism about law enforcement cooperation in the unsolved disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, mother of our colleague Savannah.
The first 48 hours of anyone's disappearance.
You're right, Maureen.
Patel tells Sean Hannity that the Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's Department waited too long to engage the FBI.
We're here to help. What do you need? What can we do? And for 4 days, we were kept out of the investigation.
Nancy Guthrie was reported missing on Sunday, February 1st. However, the Pima County Sheriff said they called the FBI 1 day later on Monday.
That morning, it wasn't days later that we contacted that morning. We contacted the FBI.
And that Tuesday, the sheriff and a Tucson-based FBI official held a joint press conference. The director praises the Bureau for the biggest lead in the case.
When we were finally let in, Sean, look what we did. We went in and got the Ring doorbell. And we said, hey, is anyone talking to Google?
The FBI contacted Google, and they recovered those chilling images from the door camera system.
That's why you have that image, because the FBI worked with Google to put that image out.
That suspect remains unidentified 3 months later. The director also cited differences over handling DNA evidence. Pima County chose a Florida lab it regularly used.
We would have analyzed it within days and maybe gotten better information or more information. Our lab's just better than any other private lab out there. And we didn't get a chance to do that. So I understand everybody's frustration.
Kelly joins us now live. And Kelly, maybe most concerning, the FBI director had no updates on Nancy's whereabouts or potential leads.
That is the sad truth. Nancy Guthrie remains missing. No arrests have been made. Now, the director did point out repeatedly that Pima County has the jurisdiction in this case, the ability to make the decisions that he may be criticizing now. Today, the FBI told me its investigators are still actively working the case. We also checked in with Pima County about Patel's critique, and the sheriff's office said we don't have any additional information to share.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News.
Well, nearly 100 days into the search for Nancy Guthrie, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department doesn't have a single suspect. And now FBI Director Kash Patel says Sheriff Nano.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. I really appreciate it. There are some new developments in the Nancy Guthrie case that I want to get to. The FBI.
I think that's going to be too long.
Well, nearly 100.
What do you think happened?
I mean, the person who we saw in the video from the front doorbell camera may not be the mastermind of this whole thing, may not be what these profilers call the puppet master. That person may have just been sort of an underling. That person in the video could be dead.
Hey guys, it's Jackson Buhai here with TMZ. Now, we have officially reached the 3-month mark since Nancy Guthrie's initial abduction. And today I've brought on a guest that has gotten...
Oh, what happened?
But anyway, yeah, let's discuss it. So it seems that Meghan Markle's little women well-being retreat in Australia has been a massive flop with only...
What do you think happened?
I mean, the person who we saw in the video from the front doorbell
gotten as much boots on the ground experience, arguably, as the investigators themselves. Now, he's a senior national correspondent for News Nation. He also runs the YouTube channel Brian Enton Investigates, and I would argue he is one of the main reasons that the Nancy Guthrie investigation is still making the rounds in mainstream headlines. So, Brian Enton, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, Jackson. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Now, starting off, I mean, you have had so much boots on the ground experience. You know, you've been all around Tucson. You've spoken to investigators that are actually involved with the case. You've spoken to people that knew Nancy Guthrie personally. You've spoken to a variety of experts. What's it been like covering a nationwide case such as this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a wild 3 months. I got to Tucson the day after Nancy Guthrie disappeared, so February 2nd, and I stayed there for almost 2 full months and just went to Nancy's house every day, went to the sheriff's office, just like, you know, went to Mexico, just try to dig up anything that I could. Then I've been list hair, so like, you know, how inexperienced the team was.
I was following him when he was out there in Tucson. He stayed on the scene. I'm going to drop his link because it gets a little lengthy, and I'm at the 2-hour mark. I just wanted, before we go,
But anyway, yeah, let's discuss it. So it seems that Meghan Markle's little women well-being retreat in Australia has been a massive flop with only 46% of the tickets being bought. Yes, no doubt they'll be going half price now.
I want to hear
It has been a minute. I know that. And I know you have been watching this case from every angle while this channel was quiet. But I was not going to come back with another update video, another recap, another timeline you have already heard. I was waiting for the one piece that ties everything together. The piece that answers the question this series has been circling for 3 months. Why? And this week, a claim surfaced that, if verified, changes the entire landscape of this case. According to a report published by Hayden Times, Annie Guthrie asked her mother for a loan shortly before Nancy disappeared from her home on February 1st. Nancy reportedly said no. That claim has not been confirmed by law enforcement. It has not been addressed publicly by the family, and it has not been denied. But it landed in the middle of a case where the financial questions surrounding Annie and her husband Tommaso Cioni have been accumulating for months. The property values, the power of attorney, the boxes leaving Nancy's house, the vehicle held for 40 days. And it gave all of those questions a starting point they did not have before. This video follows the money, not speculation, not rumor. The documented financial trail that runs through this case. Property records, legal instruments, law enforcement actions, and the one conversation between a mother and her daughter that may have set everything in motion.
So sad.
For 3 months, I have been showing you how Nancy was taken. The 3 weekends of surveillance, the cameras that went dark, the flower pots positioned in the dark by someone who had been on that patio before, the security gate that does not open from the outside, the medication left sitting on the counter, the ransom notes containing details that only someone present during the crime would know. Every video on this channel has answered a piece of the how, but the why, the reason someone would execute that level of operation against a woman in her 80s while she slept, that has been the missing piece, until now. So let me walk through the financial picture, not the rumors, the documented details that have surfaced over the past several weeks, because when you line them up in order, they stop looking random. Nancy's house in the Catalina foothills is valued at roughly $1 million. That is public record. It sits in one of the most desirable neighborhoods in the Tucson area. Nancy had been living there for decades. Annie and Tommaso's place is about 4 miles away. Estimated value around $650,000. So there is a gap, about $350,000, between the home of the mother and the home of the daughter who lived nearest to her. On its own, that gap means nothing. Parents often have more than their children. That is normal. But when you are trying to understand why someone would target Nancy specifically, why this woman, why this house, why this level of planning, the value of what she owned becomes relevant. Because the most common motive in cases where an elderly person is harmed by someone in their own circle is not rage. It is not revenge. It is access to assets that become available when the owner is no longer present. Then there is the power of attorney. An unverified document circulated online showing that in May of 2025, 8 months before Nancy disappeared, Tommaso signed a durable power of attorney naming Annie as his agent over financial and property matters. People with legal backgrounds weighed in publicly and said this is standard. It is the kind of document that gets signed during a mortgage refinance or a property transfer. One person commented that it was clearly related to a loan closing between Tommaso and Annie and nothing more. And maybe that is all it is, but the timing places it in a sequence. May 2025, power of attorney signed. Sometime before January 31st, Annie reportedly asks Nancy for money and is turned down. January 31st, Nancy has dinner at Annie and Tommaso's house. Tommaso drives her home. February 1st, Nancy is gone. You can dismiss any single item in that sequence as coincidence, but the sequence itself has a direction, and the direction is financial. Now the property itself, because what is happening at Nancy's house right now is generating questions that nobody in the family has answered. Photographs surfaced in recent weeks showing people at Nancy's residence loading items into vehicles. Annie's Honda CR-V was visible in those images. Boxes were being carried out. Nancy has not been declared dead. No death certificate exists. No probate has been initiated. No court has authorized anyone to remove personal property from the home of a woman whose disappearance is still classified as an active criminal investigation. And then JLR Investigates, a true crime reporter who has been documenting this case on the ground, posted something that spread fast.
Me too.
The post was simple. Someone plans to move into Nancy Guthrie's home. Who could it be? The response that got the most attention was even simpler. Someone who cannot pay their own property taxes. There is no confirmation that Annie and Tommaso are planning to occupy Nancy's house. But between the boxes leaving the property, the repeated presence of Annie's vehicle, and the fact that Tommaso was already observed moving through the house and garage with visible familiarity on the same day ransom notes hit TMZ, the public has connected its own dots. And the picture those dots form is a family preparing to assume control of a property that does not legally belong to them yet because its owner has not been declared dead. Now let me connect the financial thread to something I have covered before, but never from this angle: the vulnerability. I have talked in previous videos about all the protections that were absent from Nancy's life before she was taken. The dog that had died, the camera system that was not recording, the hearing aids that came out every night, the medication sitting on the counter, no caretaker, no alarm, no medical alert. But here is what I have not said until now. Every one of those missing protections cost money to fix. A camera subscription runs about $15 a month. A medical alert pendant costs less than $1 a day. An overnight aid through a home health agency in Tucson is available for a few $100s a week. These are not extraordinary expenses. They are basic precautions that families with elderly parents living alone implement as a matter of course. The Guthrie family had the resources. Savannah is one of the highest paid broadcast journalists in the country. The combined family income across 3 siblings is more than sufficient to cover every single one of those safeguards with a phone call and a credit card. And none of it was done. Nancy was left in a $1 million house with no security, no monitoring, no overnight help, and no way to call for assistance once her hearing aids came out at night. If Annie was in a position where she needed to ask her 84-year-old mother for money.
So, do you think the burglar or whoever did this to her knew that her systems and alarms was not up to par? Oh my goodness. I wonder, did Anne know? The daughter.
And was refused, then the question of why nobody invested in basic protections for Nancy takes on a different dimension. It is no longer just an oversight. It becomes a situation that someone under financial pressure may not have seen as a priority. Or, and this is the harder version of the question, it becomes something that was permitted to continue because a vulnerable, unmonitored, unprotected mother in $1 million home is easier to reach than one with cameras, alarms, and a caretaker sleeping in the next room. I'm not stating that as fact. I'm laying out the logic that the financial evidence invites. And it is the same logic that investigators apply when they see this combination of factors in any case. Let me walk through the night of January 31st one more time, but this time through the lens of money and access, rather than timelines and cameras. At 5:32 p.m., Nancy requested an Uber from her residence. The driver picked her up and took her to Annie and Tommaso's place for dinner and games. That ride is documented. Timestamps, in-car footage, a driver who cooperated fully with the FBI. Everything about the trip to Annie's house is on the record. The trip home is not. Nancy did not take an Uber back. Tommaso was behind the wheel. He decided when they departed. He chose the route. He determined the moment Nancy reached her residence, and his account of what happened at the door, walking her in, watching the garage seal behind her, stands alone. No camera recorded the arrival. No neighbor witnessed it. No app generated a timestamp. If the loan refusal is real, if Annie asked for money in the days or weeks before this dinner and Nancy turned her down, then that evening carries a weight that goes beyond a family gathering. It means the last person Nancy had dinner with is the daughter she refused. It means the last person to drive her home is the husband of the daughter she refused. And it means the 14 hours that followed, from 9:50 p.m. to noon the next day, during which nobody from that household contacted Nancy by phone, by text, or by driving 4 miles to check on her, occurred after a financial request was denied. 14 hours is an extraordinary gap. Nancy was 84. She had a pacemaker. She needed medication at 10 p.m. that the sheriff said could prove fatal to Skip. She was about to remove her hearing aids and become completely deaf to the world around her. She was alone in a house with no active cameras, no alarm, no medical alert, and no caretaker. The people who drove her home knew all of this, and from the moment the garage closed until a friend called the next morning because Nancy had not appeared for church, nothing. No contact whatsoever. In families where a parent is aging alone, the goodnight call is automatic. The morning check-in is routine. A 3-second text, home safe, love you, is the kind of small act that costs nothing and exists because people care. That ritual was absent on the night of January 31st, and its absence created the exact operational window that whoever took Nancy required. No interruption, no unexpected visit, no phone call that might have been answered by someone other than Nancy. A clean 14-hour block where the only mechanism for discovering that something had gone wrong was a church friend who noticed an empty chair on a Sunday morning live stream. The financial lens does not change the facts of the timeline. It changes what the timeline might mean. Because the absence of a goodnight call from a daughter who just had dinner with her mother looks different when that daughter was recently denied a loan. It stops looking like forgetfulness. It starts looking like distance. The kind of distance that exists between two people who had a difficult conversation that has not been resolved. Or the kind of distance that serves a different purpose entirely. Now the 911 call, because this is where the investigation tells you more by what it is withholding than by what it has released. The call that reported Nancy missing has never been made public. Not the recording, not a transcript, not even a summary of what was said. In Arizona, 911 recordings are public records. Reporters can request them. In most high-profile missing person cases, the recording surfaces within days, sometimes hours. 3 months into this investigation, nobody has heard what Annie said when she called to report her mother was gone. Retired Detective Bob Gilliam, appearing on Chris McDonough's interview room, addressed this directly. He said there is probably investigative information on that recording that detectives do not want the public to hear. He said not to hold your breath waiting for it, and then he said something that carries more weight than anything else. He suggested the call might not surface until a trial date approaches. A trial. That word implies charges. It implies an arrest. It implies that the trajectory of this case, despite 3 months of public silence and apparent stagnation, leads to a courtroom, and the 911 call is being held as evidence for that proceeding. Now think about what might be on the recording that would justify sealing it. The obvious elements, Annie's voice, the time of the call, the words she chose, but also the less obvious ones. How much detail did she volunteer before the dispatcher asked? Did she describe what she found inside the house? Did she mention the blood? Did she mention the open doors? Did she say anything that a person arriving at a scene for the first time would not yet know? And there is the 7-minute gap in the published timeline. The family arrived at Nancy's house at 11:56 a.m. The 911 call was placed at 12:03 p.m., 7 minutes between walking up to the home of a missing 84-year-old woman and picking up the phone to call for help. If they found blood on the front porch within the first minute of arriving, and the blood was in a location that would be difficult to miss, then 6 minutes passed between seeing evidence of a crime and reporting it. What were they doing during those 6 minutes? Searching the house? Calling each other? Discussing what to say? Cleaning something? Touching something they should not have touched? The 911 recording likely captures what happened immediately before and during the call. Background noise, other voices, the emotional state of the caller. And all of it is locked away because investigators decided the public cannot hear it yet. There is also an open debate among experts about how many people were physically involved in removing Nancy from the house. Detective Gilliam believes it required at least 2. The logistics of carrying someone with limited mobility through a house, past a security gate, and into a vehicle at 2 in the morning are too complex for one person to manage silently. Former FBI agent Jim Clement disagrees. He assessed from the blood pattern on the front steps that a single suspect is more likely, reasoning that a second person would have prevented Nancy from ending up on the ground outside. C.C. Moore's DNA assessment, Nancy plus 2 or more unknowns, may eventually resolve this question. If the hair and the surface samples identify multiple contributors, Gilliam's theory gains forensic backing. If they identify one, Clement's analysis holds. Either way, the answer is sitting in a laboratory, and the people waiting most anxiously for that answer may not be the ones the public expects. Now where the investigation stands. Because the silence from official channels is telling you something whether they intend it to or not. Nanos has not held a proper press conference in over a month. On May 1st, the 3-month mark, he appeared in a short video clip saying he believes someone out there knows what happened. Call us. That is the statement of a department that is either empty-handed or sitting on something it cannot yet disclose.
Right.
NBC built a protocol at the Today Show specifically for this case. If news about Nancy breaks during a live broadcast, Savannah is pulled from the set. A different anchor handles the story on camera. The information is delivered to
She was pulled from the set yesterday.
Savannah privately. That protocol was used on April 15th. Savannah was removed mid-broadcast after teasing a segment with Anne Hathaway. She returned later without explanation. 2 days after that, she was absent entirely. Networks do not build those procedures for cases they believe are going cold. They build them for cases where they expect a moment, an arrest, a body, an identification that will hit the family in real time on national television. The protocol is preparation, and preparation means NBC believes this case is heading somewhere. Brian Enton told Parade on May 3rd that cooperation between Nanos and the FBI has improved from where it was. But Pima County Board of Supervisors Vice Chair Dr. Matthew Hines publicly accused Nanos of hindering that cooperation because of a personal grudge against the Bureau. A sitting county official said the sheriff let personal feelings interfere with a federal investigation into the abduction of an 84-year-old woman. That accusation has not been retracted. And Ed Smart, Elizabeth Smart's father, appeared on News Nation and chose his words carefully. He said the Guthries have supposedly been cleared. Supposedly. That is a word you use when you are respecting the official position while keeping the door open to the possibility that it is wrong. The DNA is at the FBI. The hair sample, the one the sheriff's initial team missed and the federal agents recovered on a return visit, is undergoing analysis that may include processing at Astria Forensics, the San Francisco lab that helped convict the Long Island serial killer, Rex Heuermann. A CODIS search already came back negative, meaning whoever left biological material inside Nancy's home has never been in the criminal justice system. No prior arrests, no convictions. A clean record. That eliminates career criminals and random drifters. It describes someone living an ordinary life, someone whose name would not ring any alarm bells, someone who might attend family dinners and drive elderly women home and sign powers of attorney and ask for loans that get turned down. 3 months, no arrest, no named suspect. A mother who reportedly said no to a loan from her daughter and then disappeared from $1 million home. A daughter whose vehicle was seized and held for 40 days of forensic examination. A son-in-law who controlled the final ride home on a trip with no independent verification. A power of attorney signed 8 months before the abduction. Property being cleared from a home whose owner has not been declared dead. A 911 call, sealed by investigators for reasons a retired detective says are tied to a future trial. DNA from multiple unidentified people with clean records. And an investigation that has gone quiet in the way investigations go quiet when something is being assembled behind closed doors. Every video before this one showed you how Nancy Guthrie was taken. This one shows you why someone would go through all of it. And the answer starts with a conversation between a mother and her daughter about money. Let me stack the financial thread one final time, beginning to end, because when you see it assembled as a single sequence, the picture is difficult to look away from. May 2025, a durable power of attorney is signed giving Annie authority.
All about the money. Follow the money. Follow the money. She asked for a loan. Her mom didn't give it to her. She said no. She has the power of attorney
Over Tomaso's financial and property affairs. Legal experts say it is routine for real estate transactions. The timing places it 8 months before the abduction. Sometime before January 31st, Annie reportedly asks Nancy for a loan. The amount is unknown. The reason is unknown. Nancy says no. That refusal, if verified, is the first documented moment of $50 p.m. 2 p.m. Nancy takes a documented Uber first. Annie reportedly asks Nancy for a loan. The amount is unknown. The reason is unknown. Nancy says no. That refusal, if verified, is the first documented moment of financial tension between the mother and the daughter who would be last to see her. January 31st, 5:32 p.m. Nancy takes a documented Uber to Annie and Tomaso's house for dinner. January 31st, approximately 9:50 p.m. Tomaso drives Nancy home. The ride is undocumented. No third-party camera. No rideshare log. No independent witness. The only account of this trip comes from Tomaso. 9:50 p.m. to 12:03 p.m. the following day. 14 hours and 13 minutes of total silence. No call, no text, no visit. From the people who live 4 miles away and who had just spent the evening with a woman they knew would be alone, deaf, and dependent on medication. February 1st, 1:47 a.m. Doorbell camera captures the masked suspect on the porch. February 1st, 2:28 a.m. Nancy's pacemaker disconnects from her phone. She Bluetooth range of the nightstand where the phone was left. February 1st, 12:03 p.m. The 911 call, made by Annie, currently sealed by investigators. A retired detective says it likely contains evidence being preserved for trial. February through March, Annie's Honda CR-V is seized by law enforcement. It is held for over 40 days, submitted to what has been described as exhaustive forensic analysis. 40 days is not standard processing for the vehicle of a person who has been publicly cleared. That is the timeline of a vehicle being examined for specific biological or material evidence. April. Photographs surface showing people removing items from Nancy's house. Annie's vehicle is present at the property. Nancy has not been declared dead. No legal process has authorized anyone to take belongings from the home. May. Speculation emerges that someone plans to move into Nancy's residence. JLR investigates posts the question publicly. The response, someone who cannot afford their own property taxes, reflects a public that has arrived at its own conclusion about financial motivation. That is the thread, and it runs through every phase of this case, from the power of attorney, to the loan refusal, to the last dinner, to the undocumented ride home, to the 14-hour silence, to the sealed 911 call, to the vehicle held for 40 days, to the property being cleared while its owner remains missing.
I do believe this was an inside job. I do not believe it was outside, that a stranger just happened to come up, abduct her, and start asking for money. No, this was an inside job. This was inside and planned.
Each item in that sequence has an innocent explanation. I have acknowledged that throughout this video. A power of attorney can be routine. A dinner can be just a dinner. A ride home can be a courtesy. A gap in phone calls can be an oversight. Boxes can be moved for preservation. Every piece has a version that means nothing. But here's what I have learned from covering this case for 3 months. When every innocent explanation requires you to ignore the piece that came before it and the piece that comes after it. When accepting each one in isolation requires you to pretend the sequence does not exist. The innocent explanations stop being the most likely ones. They become the ones you have to work hardest to believe. I am not accusing Annie Guthrie or Tommaso Cioni of anything. I have never made that accusation on this channel. What I have done, in every video since the first one, is follow the evidence. And the evidence has now led to a financial trail that begins with the daughter asking her mother for money, and ends with boxes leaving $1 million home before the law has declared its owner dead. The answer is sitting in a conversation that ended with a mother saying no to her daughter. A conversation that the investigation may eventually prove was the last meaningful exchange between them. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment and tell me what you think the 911 call contains. Because a retired detective believes
This was good. Don't know who this gentleman is. Let me see if I can. He was great. I enjoyed him. I don't have his information at the moment, so please forgive me. I want to thank you guys for your time. Thanks for hanging out with Lady Letitia. I hope I filled your day with a whole bunch of information that is gossipy and fun. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go see if my husband wants to go have lunch, or I'm going to cook. Love you guys. Thank you, mods, subscribers, and everyone. Thanks for being special.